Hey everybody, it's Leroy from Leroy Gaming, and in today's Baldurs Gate 3 guide, we're going to be looking at the Oath of the Ancients subclass for the Paladin. In this video, we're going to cover the features at level 1 of character creation, including ability recommendations. We're also going to look at the full level 2 to 12 breakdown for the class, and I will show you all the spells available as you level as well. Towards the end of the video, I will give you general equipment recommendations and my thoughts on multiclassing as the Oath of the Ancients Paladin. You can use the timestamps below to jump to whichever area is the most interesting to you. Remember to drop a like and leave a comment below of your thoughts, feedback, and questions. And now, without further ado, let's check out the Oath of the Ancients Paladin. Alright guys, here we have the Paladin level 1. Things you need to know is that the Paladin's primary ability is Strength, and you're going to have saving throw proficiencies in Wisdom and Charisma. Your hit dice are a 1d10 hit points, so you're going to have a lot of health. The only class that has more is the Barbarian. You're also going to have proficiency with all weapons, all armor, and shields. Now as all Paladins, you're going to have Lay on Hands to heal yourself or others, as well as curing yourself or others of diseases and poisons. You're also going to have Divine Sense, which gives you advantage on attack rolls against Celestials, Fiends, and Undead, and you can utilize this as a bonus action for 2 turns. You're also going to get your first Channel Oath charge that refreshes on short or long rests, and this is going to power abilities that are unique to each subclass. Now, specific to the Oath of the Ancients subclass that you can pick at level 1, you're going to get Healing Radiance. This is one way that you can use your Channel Oath charge to heal yourself and allies around you. And here is the subclass Oath of the Ancients tenet. Do read this over, because if you were to break this tenet, then you would lose your ability to be an Oath of the Ancients Paladin. Now when it comes to ability points, I strongly recommend 16 Strength, 10 Dexterity since you're going to want to use heavy armor, 14 Constitution, 8 Intelligence, 10 Wisdom, and 16 Charisma. Now at level 2, you're going to unlock your first 2 level 1 spell slots, and you are going to gain access to probably the most important feature of the Paladin, and that's your Divine Smite. And your Divine Smite is something that you're going to be able to use after you hit or after you crit, and also as a potential reaction. And so what's important here is that you will be using spell slots to do this additional radiant damage. Now you're going to be able to alternatively use your spell slots on any of the following spells. I'm going to mouse over them. Feel free to pause if you want to read them. Now the majority of these are probably not going to be worthwhile to use for a Paladin, since you're going to primarily probably use most of your spell slots for Divine Smites. However, there are a couple concentration spells that as you level up may be worth it to use at least 1 spell slot on. The first one is Shield of Faith. If you want to bump up your armor class by 2, this is especially useful if you're going to use a 2-hander. You want to make up for the lack of a shield, or if you really want to stack that AC, if you want to go sword and board and this as well. Or if you want to increase your saving throws and attack rolls for you and 2 other characters, you can use Bless as an alternative. Now you're also going to get to pick one of 4 fighting styles. If you're not sure what to pick, you cannot go wrong with defense. It will simply give you a +1 to your AC. If you want to up your DPS a little bit and you're going to go sword and board, meaning one-handed weapon and a shield, then dueling isn't bad as it gives you +2 damage. Great weapon fighting is decent. It roughly gives you an additional 15% damage boost on average. Protection, however, I highly recommend against. It doesn't work very well. It's not as good as in normal D&D. And in this game, if you are close together, bunched up, the AI will punish you by casting AoE spells or throwing bombs at you. So this is very, very counterintuitive to surviving in this game. Now here's the spellbook interface. You're going to start with being able to memorize and prepare 5 spells. You can choose from any of the level 1 spells. As you level up, you're going to gain access to more and more spells that you can prepare, and they're going to be across all the levels that you unlock. You can make these changes as you level up, and also there's a tab in your inventory interface. So these you can swap out as you need. At level 3, you're going to get to prepare 6 spells. You're going to get 1 more level 1 spell. You're going to gain the feature Divine Health, so you are now immune from diseases. You're going to get 2 more actions to potentially use on your channel oath charges. Nature's Wrath, and also Turn the Faithless. And then you're going to have 2 spells that are always prepared. Speak with Animals, which is quite useful, and you can cast this as a ritual, so this will be a free cast. And also Ensnaring Strike. Now at level 4, you're going to get to prepare 7 spells now. You also will get an additional Lay on Hands charge, and you're going to unlock feats. Now the Paladin is very needy when it comes to stats. It really values strength, charisma, and also potentially constitution, so you cannot go wrong by pumping ability improvements. Additionally, if you're going to spend at least one of your spell slots on a concentration spell, I can highly recommend Warcaster. It's got 2 features as you can see here, but the main thing we care about is gaining advantage on saving throws on maintaining concentration on a spell. The other feat that I highly recommend if you're going to go with a paladin that focuses on using 2-handed weapons is Great Weapon Master. Not only can you make another melee attack as a bonus action after you crit or kill an enemy with a melee weapon, but you can also enable a passive when you're using a heavy melee weapon, meaning 2-handed weapon, to get an additional 10 damage per hit at the cost of a -5 to your attack rolls. Do note that you can turn this off or on as you see fit in the passive tab. Level 5 is a big one. Level 5 is a big one. You're going to get 1 more level 1 spell slot. You're also going to get 2 level 2 spell slots, and you're going to unlock your extra attack. These are the baseline 5 level 2 spells that you could potentially prepare. And here are the ones that are specific to the subclass that will always be memorized. Moonbeam is an interesting long-ranged spell that does require concentration that could be useful if you are stuck in a situation where you can't get into melee. At level 6 you can prepare 9 spells, and now you're going to get Aura of Protection. This will actually give you and nearby allies a bonus to saving throws that's equal to your charisma modifier. So this is an error here where it says +0. Even at 16 charisma, it'll be a +3 bonus. Very, very powerful feature. At level 7, you can prepare 10 spells. You're also going to get 1 more level 2 spell slot, and you're going to unlock Aura of Warding. So you and nearby allies take only half the damage from spells. At level 8, you can prepare 11 spells now. And again, now you can pick your second feat. Alright, at level 9, you're going to be able to prepare 12 spells now. And you're going to get 2 level 3 spell slots that you're going to unlock. With this, you're going to get access to 2 new oath spells that are always enabled and prepared. And then here are the other options that you could potentially prepare that are level 3. At level 10, you're going to be able to prepare 13 spells. And now you get another additional Lay on Hands charge. And finally, you're going to get Aura of Courage. You and your nearby allies now cannot be frightened, which is really powerful as well. At level 11, you're going to be able to prepare 14 spells. You're going to get 1 more level 3 spell slot, and you get Improved Divine Smite. So your melee weapon attacks deal an additional 1 to 8 radiant damage now. And finally, at level 12, you're going to be able to prepare 15 spells, and you can pick your final feat. Now when it comes to equipping a paladin, you're definitely going to want to go and get the best AC heavy armor you can. When it comes to support equipment across the other pieces of equipment, like your helmet, you want to, anytime you have a chance to increase your stats, like charisma, that could be great. Birthright is something you can get in Act 3 that's really good at getting your charisma buffed. Gloves, pick the best gloves that will either increase your attack, your damage per hit, or both. Legacy of the Masters is amazing, that does both. And then boots, again, think about versatility, how you can be a better tank or frontliner. Hell Dust boots are amazing because it makes it so you cannot be forcibly moved, meaning like pushed, etc. This will also give you a really nice ability to teleport with Hell Crawler. When it comes to jewelry, you can definitely focus on anything that's going to give you additional spells to cast or spell slots similar to the Spell Savant Amulet. When it comes to your weapons, obviously you're going to either focus on a two-handed setup or a sword and board kind of a setup. And again, just look for the highest AC shield that also hopefully will have a good effect that synergizes for paladins. Same idea of the sword. With bows, you're unlikely to use them for damage, but if you can get something like the Darkfire short bow, that will give you great support by giving you numerous resistances here, and also in this case it allows you to cast haste, which is super powerful. Now when it comes to multi-classing with the Paladin and this subclass, the Paladin is universally useful both as a single class as well as for multi-classing. You could easily combo this with either a Warlock or a Sorcerer to either really lean into just being charisma based for attacks and spells with the Warlock and Pact of the Blade, or you could get numerous levels of Sorcerer just so you have more spell slots overall so that you can cast and / utilize more Divine Smites. Those are probably the most common combinations, but again, the Paladin is just a very good baseline class for any kind of multi-classing, but at the same time, unlike some other classes, it's also phenomenal if you just go full 12 levels into Paladin. Alright guys, that brings us to the end of the basic guide for the Oath of the Ancients Paladin. Hope you guys found it helpful. If you did, make sure to drop a like, leave your comments below as well, and if you want to see more when it comes to RPG and looter shooter content, please make sure to subscribe. Now, again, thank you for all your support, and I will see you guys in the next video.